Plenty to get to on today's San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. No matter where you are, how you're tuned in, we appreciate you for making today's show a part of your day. On the rundown for today, Niners roster news, Niners injury news, this game against the Rams in Week 18 against the Rams, Los Angeles at Levi's Stadium, pretty much a glorified preseason game, and we're going to get to the Niners Pro Bowl selections as well, as they led all teams in the NFL with 9 selections. First, before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the show for daily shows on the San Francisco 49ers, and by the time that Sunday's game comes around, and we'll be doing a watch party for it for sure, even though Sam Darnold is getting the start. Can we get to 108,000 subscribers? We are 515 people away, so if you want entertaining, insightful, informative Niners content on the daily year-round, hit that sub button right now. We begin with the latest Niners roster news. Brock Purdy is not going to start in Week 18 against the Los Angeles Rams. Kyle Shanahan saying that he is the only player that he does not want playing in this game to round out the regular season. And now Sam Darnold will get his first start in a San Francisco 49ers uniform. We got an extended look at Darnold a couple of weeks ago on Christmas night against the Baltimore Ravens, and now he's going to be able to put some plays on tape to try to audition potentially for a starting job elsewhere in 2024, or maybe another backup job. And I wouldn't hate seeing him come back with San Francisco as the backup to Brock Purdy. In Purdy's first full season as a starter, because the 2023 campaign is wrapped up, so now we know the official numbers with what Purdy was able to do this year. He completed 69% of his passes, 4,200 plus yards. That was a franchise record, overtaking Jeff Garcia. 31 touchdown passes to 11 interceptions. That's good for an interception rate of 2.5%. A quarterback rating of 113, a QBR of 72.7. He was the leader in Pro Bowl votes this year, a 12-4 record, good enough to get the San Francisco 49ers the number 1 seed and home field advantage in the NFC, and for the second straight year, the 49ers NFC West champions. What you can expect from Sam Darnold, because a lot of people are familiar with him, others are not. When I've scouted him, and he's been in the league for a little while now, ever since getting drafted by the Jets out of USC, has a lot of arm strength and arm ability. He will make some really nice throws at all 3 levels of the field, but also from sideline to sideline. The athleticism and the stature of who he is with the body type is really impressive. He has mobility because of that good athleticism. He can keep it on an RPO. He can pick up yards with his legs, has decent pocket feel and pocket mobility, but sometimes he can see some ghosts if the defenses throw a bunch of different coverages at him. The biggest issue with Darnold, the erratic accuracy. And that's why for his career, he's thrown 62 touchdowns to 56 interceptions. He will make some wow plays. He will also make some head-scratching plays that make you say, oh no, Sam Darnold, what are you doing? So the highs and lows to his game are why he didn't end up being the Jets franchise quarterback, couldn't save his career with the Carolina Panthers, and why he had to sign a cheap 1-year contract with San Francisco in free agency, because the consistency simply has not been there for Sam Darnold. Here's what Kyle Shanahan had to say about all this. Brock Purdy, the only guy for sure I don't plan on playing. And there's a good chance that we're playing this team in 2 weeks. So I think that both the 49ers and the Rams, both sides will be pretty vanilla. You can only rest 7 guys if nobody's hurt, if you get 2 practice squad guys up. We have at least 6 guys injured right now. I only know for sure that we can rest 1, so I went with our starting quarterback. As for the Niners injury report going into this game, Christian McCaffrey will not play. He said that if this was a meaningful game, he would be able to suit up. So his season wraps up with more than 2,000 all-purpose yards. Ambry Thomas, hand surgery on Tuesday. He's not going to be able to play. But like McCaffrey, expect him to be back in the divisional round of the playoffs. Jon Feliciano, who's played really good ball at guard, is dealing with the back injury right now. Tashaun Gipson out for 7 to 10 days because of a quad. Elijah Mitchell missed practice this week because of an illness, but expect him to be the primary back. And Jennings is progressing through concussion protocol. I know that this game doesn't really mean anything against the Rams. The Niners already locked up home field advantage, but it's still Rams week, and Kyle Shanahan has beaten Sean McVay in 9 straight regular season matchups. So get loud if you hate the Rams and type FLA in the chat. So far on today's 49ers report, we got to the latest roster news. We hit on the latest injury news. We have more because the Rams are barely playing anybody too. So this really is a glorified preseason game, and we'll get to those Pro Bowl selections, which I'm sure a lot of you already know about. But first, let's pay our bills, and let's say thank you to Prize Picks. Head to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use the code CLNS. Daily fantasy made easy. All you have to do is pick 2 or more players. You choose more or less on their projected stats, and you have the opportunity to win up to 25 times your money. My picks for Week 18, I'm going to some games that actually mean something. Josh Allen fighting for the AFC East Championship against the Miami Dolphins. I'm smashing more than 199.5 passing yards. CD Lamb has been playing crazy football this year. Let's go more than 92.5 receiving yards against the Commanders. Their secondary is down. And Justin Fields against the Packers, more than 53.5 rushing yards. PrizePicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS for that $100 deposit match. We'll put that link down below in the comment section as well as in the description of this video. To the Rams now and this glorified preseason game. It's really what it's become to round out the regular season. Is Sean McVay mailing it in? What I find interesting is that Matthew Stafford is not going to play, so Carson Wentz will start at quarterback. And then elsewhere, Aaron Darnold not going to suit up. Kyren Williams, their running back, will not play. And Cooper Kupp also resting for the Rams. So we're going to get Sam Darnold against Carson Wentz on Sunday. This really is a flashback back to like 2019. It's going to be lit. And we're going to have some fun during our watch party. Trent Williams autographed jersey to our Super Chat MVP. So be on the lookout for that. But with this approach for the Rams, this is why I'm very interested by this, because if the Rams lose and the Packers win, the Packers then get that 6th seed. So the Rams, while they've clinched a playoff spot, are not guaranteed to get that 6th position. So they could go on the road to play the Detroit Lions, Matthew Stafford against his former team, or they could drop back to that 7th seed, and therefore they'd have to go on the road, wild card round, to play the Dallas Cowboys, where the Cowboys have not lost at home all year. They are a perfect 8-0, and they're just considerably better at AT&T Stadium compared to going on the road or having to play on grass. So with the Rams, it looks like Sean McVay is mailing this game in, and he's content with either going against the Lions or having to play the Dallas Cowboys. It's completely realistic, too, that the Niners are going to have to play the Rams in the divisional round. So when you think back to what Kyle Shanahan said a little bit earlier on in the show, I think that both teams are going to be vanilla. I imagine that McVay and Kyle Shanahan talked a couple of days ago, and they determined, look, we're going to look at the big picture. We're going to look ahead. We might face one another. We're thinking about resting Brock Purdy. Are you thinking about resting Matthew Stafford? Yeah. Not only that, I'm thinking about resting Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, and Kyren Williams. We're also going to give Carson Wentz an opportunity to get an extended look. Okay, we'll do the same thing with Sam Darnold, and that's why both teams are kind of going to be vanilla here, and they're not going to reveal all that much, both with their plays but also with their players, because they know that this NFC West rivalry could take center stage in the divisional round, 2nd round at Levi Stadium in a couple of weeks. Now to the Niners Pro Bowlers here. 9 of them selected to the Pro Bowl. And that goes to show you just how talented this football team is. And let's run through the entire list because it's an impressive list for San Francisco, especially with the individual accolades here. Nick Bosa going to his 4th Pro Bowl. Javon Hargrave going to his 2nd. Kyle Juszczyk, this is his 8th straight Pro Bowl, continues to be the best fullback in the game. George Kittle going to his 5th, for Brock Purdy 1st, and he led all vote getters. Christian McCaffrey third Pro Bowl for Run CMC. Fred Warner is going to his third, which I kind of find surprising because he's been so dominant for such a long time. Good job by Charvarius Mooney-Ward. He's going to his first Pro Bowl. He's been a borderline All-Pro this year. And for Trent Williams, arguably the best left tackle in the history of the league, 11th Pro Bowl selection for him. 8 starters, 1 reserve. That 1 reserve is going to be Javon Hargrave. And what this kind of proves and what this shows to everybody, this team is special. This team is unique. It should not be taken for granted what this team has been able to accomplish. And week in, week out, you get to watch a really special football team that is deep, that is talented. And now it's time for San Francisco to celebrate the number 1 seed, to celebrate the division title, to celebrate having 9 Pro Bowlers. But it means nothing if it doesn't result in a Super Bowl. The Niners have been on that quest for 6 since the mid to late 90s, and now it's time to win that Super Bowl, to bring back that 6th Lombardi trophy, because it's been too long for this proud and historic organization. If you want to contact me, hit me up on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Chase_Senior. You can find me on Instagram at Chase_Senior. I've been putting a lot of clips over there. The engagement has been taken off. I'm now at more than 5,000 followers there, really starting to put some more resources there. So hit me up there with some more Niners content. You can also send me an email, chase@chatsports.com.